what's up? Good evening and welcome to the Jamaica Funk Show. I'm KT and I'm your host tonight. And tonight, man, I tell you, I'm looking forward to Black History Wednesday. Now, normally my co-host, Miss Johanna Brighton, normally does the show with me, but she's no longer with us. And she's gone on to do some bigger and better things. And I just wish her the best because she's such a great person and she is a very, very talented poet. However, we still have her poetry, so we will still be playing Joe's poetry. And maybe sometimes she might drop in when she gets the opportunity to, because you know how busy people are. When they got busy schedules, they got busy schedules. So, Joe, I love you. And may God bless you, and I wish you the best. So tonight's show is a great show because you know tonight is Black History Wednesday once again. And tonight we're going to do a recap of last week's show with Clinton Gent, the alternate host of the Soul Train right here in Chicago, which we all know Soul Train got its start right here in Chicago with Don Cornelius. And when Don Cornelius left to go to California, he left the show in the hands of a young man by the name of Clinton Gent. So we're going to be talking about him a little bit more this evening, but we're also going to be talking about the accomplishments, the nearly 500 accomplishments of President Barack Obama. Given the present political climate of the new administration that have taken office, I want to say about, what is this, August, 7 months ago? Well, yeah, 7 months ago. And his accomplishments to date is nothing. He's not been able to get anything passed. I want to tell you what Barack Obama did in his first months and throughout his whole 8 years of presidency, because I understand a lot of us don't know what Barack Obama's legacy was, you know, what he done for this country against all odds. I mean, this man not only suffered with people trying to undermine him from the Republican Party, but he also had to deal with being undermined by his own party, the Democrats. So we're going to talk about Barack Obama and his accomplishments, and I'm looking forward to it. So guys, also we got some Joe's poetry, we got some reggae music, and I'm going to throw in reset. So I want you guys to sit back, relax. I want you to grab that last piece of jerk chicken and whatever it is that you're eating and drinking, and I want you to get ready for some show enough reggae music. Well, Irie Mon.
Reset. If you had the opportunity to live life over without limits or boundaries, having the ability to manifest your goals and dreams with the opportunity to live life on your terms, would you be willing to develop the greatness in you, stepping into a new dimension that supports your expectation of life? Each of us has the power to step out of ordinary into extraordinary living, a life filled with limitless opportunities with the access to an abundance of everything. But it starts with resetting your 5 senses. See, our 5 senses gives us the ability to hear, see, taste, smell, and hold. Some of us have put our life on hold because of the negative things we have been told throughout life's journey. What we have seen and heard have caused us to put up roadblocks, leading us down the path called Impossibility Boulevard, detouring us from smelling the roses, tasting and partaking in the beauty of unlimited possibilities that life has to offer. It's time to reset our thinking, creating a new reality that demands us to be optimistic in the midst of adversity, knowing there is always a way out when we are able to look beyond the obstacles and see the opportunity within. Living life on our terms start with making a commitment to become invincible and unstoppable when it comes to our goals and dreams, refusing to be defeated or mistreated, having the courage to put life on blast, no longer requiring life's approval, choosing to live life the way we see it and not the way life dictates or demands. Each of us have the power to press reset. When we reset our life, it resets our reality, causing us to live on purpose. The kind of life that I'm referring to will cause controversy amongst the turtles when you start running with the giraffes. No longer will you allow negative conversation within or without keep you from coming out of the box. Our determination will cause us to push through the impossibilities, rising to the call of it's possible, moving us forward onto higher grounds. Elevation, exploitation brings new players to the game. Fresh ideas and courage will eliminate fear, breaking the barriers that have had us chained, refusing to be held back in the game we call life. This is your season of opportunities. Today is your day to live life on purpose. Impulse won't do. Put life on notice. There is greatness in you. Don't be sold by the negative stories you've been told. Living life on your terms is possible. But that negative conversation, see, that's what's old. There is nothing new under the sun. Whatever you want to be or do, there is someone who has already begun the journey on the road you desire to travel to. It's your turn. Now let your feet hit the gravel. When you live on purpose, it demolishes the thoughts of it's impossible, enlarging your horizon and opening the doors to unlimited opportunities, moving you beyond involvement into commitment. See, the pig was always committed, whereas the chicken only got involved. If you are ready for a revolution to take place in your life, then now is the time for you to become bold, ambitious, and radical. You have the potential to live an extraordinary life. Your goals and dreams are dependent on you to free them from within so they can rock the world and blow minds across the globe, opening new doors and giving opportunity to those that have been sold on it's impossible to live your dreams. The world will see your story alone, that ambition is the vehicle that awakens dreams. Being radical makes us be determined to see the possibilities in the negative advertisement. And potential declares, I have what it takes to manifest my goals and dreams. If I have to retrain and refuel to be able to endure the journey, I am determined to deliver what I came to earth to give. I suggest that you start today by building a team of people, starting with yourself, that is willing to motivate and inspire you. When times get rough, encourage yourself to continue moving forward, staying committed to the journey, knowing if you believe in your dreams and can see them, have faith, you will definitely achieve them. Each of us has dreams that are worth living. The people that are living their dreams refuse to allow the gravity of negativity to pull them down, nor are they waiting for greatness to be created or show up on their doorstep. They understand that greatness is not created, nor is it discovered. It is awakened and developed from within. This is your time to shine and your season for greatness. Are you ready to awaken and develop the greatness in you? You know what you got to do. Press reset.
So as the song says, guys, hey there, sugar dumpling. If you just now tuning in, you are listening to KT on the Jamaica Funk Show on Black History Wednesday. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about Clinton Gent. We're going to recap from last week because Clinton Gent was one of our black historians that we were talking about, and he's still alive. Matter of fact, the people that we're talking about today are definitely still alive. So uh, after Don Cornelius syndicated success, that's when he went out to LA and started a Soul Train um, show out in LA. He still had a Soul Train show here in Chicago. So, guest hosts often filled in for him in Chicago, including Big Bill Hill from Red Hot and Blues, DJ LaDonna Tittle. Cornelius convinced reluctant Gent to become an occasional guest host as well, and in 1973 handed the whole show over to Gent so he could devote his energy to the West Coast operation. I didn't have ambition to be on TV, Gent says, but under his stewardship, Local Soul Train became its own show. Cornelius could seem standoff. Gent got in there and danced with the kids. He was approachable. Crescendo Ward recalls, Don wasn't that approachable, but Gent was like an older brother. Every day he would allow 2 hours for his 15-minute commute so that he could sign autographs, engage fans, and interact with dancers. But Gent wasn't the businessman Cornelius was, though the show, with Sears and Coca-Cola as sponsors, was a moneymaker for WCIU and Cornelius. And Gent, who received $350 weekly salary from the station and a 15% of ad sales. Without Cornelius, it wasn't particularly ambitious. After the LA show launched, Gent appeared to have taken no publicity stills and sent out no press release. Virtually every Chicago Defender mention of Chicago Soul Train concerns the LA production. Gent first love was still sports. He would practice softball before the games and play games after. When the job conflicted with his extracurricular activities, he would schedule reruns. But the program, despite a curious adjustment to a 45-minute slot from 4:15 to 5 p.m., was still popular in 1976 when Gent got a call at 3 a.m. from a desperate Cornelius. He said, "These people out here don't know where I'm coming from," he recalls. Gent flew out to Los Angeles to become Cornelius's assistant, effectively ending Soul Train's run. WCIU aired reruns until 1979, when the local show went off the air entirely. Like Cornelius, Gent found Los Angelesians harder to trust than Chicagoans. He was especially struck by the difference in the dancers. Once those dancers out there hit TV, they thought they were great. I didn't like their attitudes, he said. Here, they were happy to go on, meaning Chicago, politely asking if they could come back. As long as they could conduct themselves, they could. It was great to be surrounded by close-to-home type people. Gent, nevertheless, stayed in Los Angeles for 8 years, which was enough to sour him on showbiz. After returning home, he briefly worked for the post office, continued to work for the Park District, and redevoted himself to athletics, playing with when he could and establishing himself as a softball umpire and a basketball referee. Today, Ghent, at 62, still officiates several games a week for the Chicago Public Schools as an independent league. And you have it. That was Clinton Ghent from the Soul Train days. Now, tonight, I am so proud to have the privilege to come to you and talk to you about Barack Obama. So I'm going to tell you a little bit, and then I'm going to take a break, and then I'll come back and tell you the rest. How about that? Nearly 500 accomplishments by President Barack Obama with citations. I knew it was hard to believe now, but it wasn't that long ago we had a perfectly sane, competent, and adult presence in the White House. I think we all would say that. It only seems it's been a little over 4 months since that was the case. Well, actually, a little over 7 months since that was the case. Although there are times when it seems like it's been years since then. Most of our presidents have been good for America, although most of those haven't been Republican, which shouldn't shock no one. Go ahead and look it up. Name the last time since a recession or depression happened under a Democratic in charge. Anyways, Barack Obama faced obstacles impeding him and his agenda than any other president in history, despite the characterization of many that he was some sort of a disaster. And while I would like to say that that's right, the right wing generally and the Republican Party more significantly were the reason why records wasn't better. The professionals left had a hand in things too, meaning the Democrats. They labeled him as a disappointment because he didn't come into office and undo everything that the Bush administration had done in the first 2 years, and they handed Congress back to the opposition within the next election, which was in 2010. And let's be clear, unicorn progressives and professional lefties targeted him because he was black as much as the right wing did. It's really not less racist to create unrealistic expectations, but he's black, than it is to trash him for his blackness. Demanding that he put on a magic dashiki and take down the man is just ridiculous, as blocking his agenda because you can't allow a black president to be successful. So, here are some of the accomplishments that Barack Obama accomplished. Okay, President Barack Obama was voted Most Admired Man for the year of 2016. It was, of course, the 9th time in a row he had been elected for that. And you'll find all of this information on our website, which is www.jamaicafunkshow.com. Hey, Miss Johanna Bright, how are you? Thanks for joining us. So, let's see. What if every new president undid what his predecessors did? Man, that would be messed up. Okay. Despite characterization of some, Barack Obama's success rate winning congressional votes on issues was unprecedented, 96.7% for his first year in office. Though he is often cited as superior to Barack Obama, President Lyndon Johnson's success rate in 1965 was only 93%, which tells you Lyndon Johnson wasn't superior. So, President Obama loosened the rules and allowed the 14 states that have legalized marijuana to some to extend regulated themselves without federal interference, compared with the Lord Donny regime, which was already announced planned to crack down on the states and banish the evil weed from all of society, as if we don't have more important things to worry about. President Obama expanded the national service offering, increasing funding for groups including triple-size American Corps. After years of neglect by the business Republicans in general, President Obama and the Democrats provided $4.3 billion in additional assistance to 911 responders. To help those communities devastated by Hurricane Sandy, President Obama issued an executive order setting up Hurricane Sandy rebuilding tasks and asked Congress to approve $60 billion in supplemental assistance to aid in storm recovery. No, it took Republicans in Congress 9 months to approve $9.7 billion in Sandy's aid, with 67 Republicans voting against even that. And the killing part is the state was ran by a Republican, Chris Christie, who before Hurricane Sandy came out and called Barack Obama a buffoon and a monkey, and said that he was too stupid and shouldn't be a president, which is crazy. Okay, now President Obama and the Democrats established funding for the design of a new Smithsonian National Art Museum of African American History. He also worked to protect funding during the budget negotiations with Republicans who think the only people we should remember are those named Ronald Reagan. President Obama and the Democrats overseeing the increased funding of the National Endowment for the Arts. Okay, President Obama expanded the authority of customs to improve enforcement of trade and custom laws and to better coordinate said enforcement among various agencies. There are also many accomplishments to list. Had separate categories. Here's the first, okay? President Obama also launched the Recovery Act.gov or recovery.gov, a website that allows taxpayers to track spendings from the act. Though there are claims that the stimulus package created no jobs, that's a lie. The Republicans who refused to support any of Obama's and the Democrats did zero jobs truthfully. Though the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act saved at least 300,000 education jobs, such as teachers, principals, librarians, and counselors, that would have otherwise been lost. And thanks to the quick action by President Barack Obama and the Democrats, the end of his first year, the economy created and sustained 2.1 million jobs, and the ARRA stimulated the economy by 3.5%. Now, against the Republicans' opposition, President Obama took steps necessary to rescue American auto industry that was running on fumes. In doing so, President Obama saved at least 1 million jobs and possibly the entire U.S. auto industry. President Obama and the Democrats' decision to invest in General Motors returned the company to its place as the premier auto company in the world In fact, GM was in such great shape after what Obama and the Democrats did that in 2016, they returned a share of their profits to their employees, doling out checks for as much as $11,000. That is in addition to paying back the stock the government purchased in the bailout. President Obama doubled the funding for manufacturing expansion partnership, which does research on how to improve manufacturing efficiency. President Obama and the Democrats in Congress took the time to increase infrastructure spending after years of neglect by the Republicans, who see all spending and waste as non-investment. President Obama worked with the Democrats in Congress provide funding to states and departments of Homeland Security to save thousands of police and firefighters' jobs from being cut during the recession. President Obama guided a massive TAP program in a way of recovery more than was actually spent by forcing banks to pay back more of the money that they stole from our country. President Obama also established the Making Home Affordable Refinance Plan, letting branded Home Affordable Refinance Program, HARP, which is still going strong today. And the Democrats and President Obama signed the Helping Families Save Their Home Act, which helped millions of Americans avoid preventable foreclosures and provided $2.2 billion to combat homelessness and stabilize the housing market. I mean, that's huge all by itself. President Obama also implemented new rules making it easier for home buyers to get a loan to buy a condominium. President Obama signed an executive order creating jobs immediately by reducing the time needed for review and permitting infrastructure projects. President Obama and the Democrats passed the Worker Home Ownership and Business Assistance Act in 2009, which provided the first homeowner with large tax credits, which helped to further stimulate the U.S. housing market aid the recovery. The President Obama was able to create an institute called Promise Zone, which will invest in more manufacturing jobs and in technology fields in the future. President Obama created an atmosphere that encouraged China, largest manufacturer, Foxconn, to build a large plant in Pennsylvania. President Obama worked with Apple Computers to get them to build more products here. As a result, the company is building 2 large manufacturing plants to manufacture products in the U.S., one in Texas and the other in Arizona. President Obama ordered all federal contractors to pay minimum wage of $10.10 per hour for work done on all federal contracts. Since this decision, many large employers, including Disney, Walmart, have increased their minimum wage for workers in their store and other facilities. President Obama showed leadership in getting the G20 to commit to $1.1 trillion deal to combat global financial crisis. President Obama ordered the completion of the International Trade Data System, a digital trade record book, by 2016. This move will streamline and simplify the process through small and medium-sized businesses set up exports of U.S. goods. signed bills to expand opportunities and to promote greater Native American tourism. This will help the Indians, the American Indians. Though he had to shame Republicans in Congress in going along, he got a $305 billion highway bill passed. This bill has added a benefit of creating hundreds of thousands of new jobs and create an incentive for green cars. In 2010 alone, more jobs were created under President Obama than were created during the 8 years of the Bush administration. I got more for you guys. I'm going to take a quick break. I'm going to put some, I'm going to grab some Joe's poetry so we can get that in there right quick. And then we're going to come back and finish Barack Obama.
Yes, I do. I can't remember when I didn't. Sometimes when you least expect it, an infinitesimal thought from a time you haven't given thought to in a long time takes advantage of a quiet time, slips in under the radar in a moment of introspection, blasting through like a tidal wave during a day at the park near the shore while you're enjoying a glass of Chardonnay with your significant other who just happens to be apologizing again. And it's there. And you really don't have a full memory of why anger is an issue. It just is. But anger is in the details. The first time I rolled my eyes in righteous indignation, my youth clouded my ability to see anything except what I wanted. My eyes rolled clean through my teens, and as time passed, as the years do, my hands made gestures clearly not measured in the least explainable. But whenever the feeling of anger rose, it became clear where the fuse started and ended. With me, externally. Hands raised in the air, fists balled into knots, my fingers splayed, pointing accusations at the offending party. But just when you think that you're going to have a time to cool down, doesn't happen. But your head, it can't stop throbbing because you really didn't realize that your eyes became shot with blood, your face contorted to a point that you can see harsh lines along your cheekbones. But the worst part was feeling your heart race like a herd of stampeding rhino or elephants, and your jaw aching because before you even said a word, you were grinding and gritting your molars so hard it was what caused the headache in the first place. And you're gripping something balled in your hands and find it's just tissue. Time is not your friend in times like these. And you know it's best to keep your mouth shut, stay out of it. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, you just can't.
Okay, guys, let's get back to President Obama. Okay, signed an executive order on government contracting to fight waste and abuse. He signed the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Act, restoring basic protection against pay discrimination for women and other workers, renewed dialogue with NATO and other allies, and partnered on strategy issues, announced a plan to respondently end the Iraq War, provided funding to families of fallen soldiers, have expenses covered to be on hand when the bodies arrive at Dover Air Force Base, ended media blackout on war casualties and return of fallen soldiers to Dover Air Force Base, signed an American Recovery Reinvestment Act, and which has created 2.1 million jobs, and we went through that. He launched a $15 billion plan to boost lending to small businesses, invest heavily in education, both as ways to provide jobs now and lay the foundation for long-term prosperity, provided Department of Veterans Affairs with more than $1.4 billion to improve services for American veterans, signed executive orders establishing the White House Office of Urban Affairs, limited lobbyists' access to the White House, ensured presidents' memorandums to restore scientific integrity in government decision-making, answered questions at the first online town hall from the White House that were submitted votes and transparency by the public whitehouse.gov. Established a central portal for Americans to find service opportunities. Launch business.gov, enabling conversations and online collaborations for small business owners, government representatives, and industry experts to discuss forums relevant to starting and managing businesses. Approved the first federal chief information officer to provide management and oversight over federal IT spending. Listen, guys, we're getting close to time, and I just want to say, if you want to find out more about President Barack Obama, you can go to my website, www.jamaicafunkshow.com. There you can also find Joe's poetry. You can find links to Joe's site where she's got poetry there for sale. She's got a new album out, so you should check that out, as well as Christo's Furs. And you can download the Spreaker app to your mobile device for your on-the-go mobile listening to the Jamaica Funk Show. We're on Tuesdays at 8:15 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9:15 p.m. on Wednesday evenings, which is Black History Wednesday. On Thursdays, we're on at 8:15 p.m. Also, you can catch us on YouTube and, social media, period. So I want to say thank you to everybody who's joined me this evening. Hello to everybody out there. Thank you for your comments, your questions, and conversation. With that, without you, there is no us. So God bless you, and may God bless America. And with that, well, Irie Mon.
Me bust me gun till he hot like fire pan stove. A rock catch pan the wall like fly pan post. Them know so me sick like Iron coke. Me remake your mother by a reed and a one road. Clip them long like fireman hose. Shot pon him up like iron pan close. Any bumper hold this dead. God know me take the oath. Car when he gun them a bust boy drop down a dead. Me run them down shoot shot in your gut. Anyway chip then he chop them a cut. A tough chat them a pop. I don't know if we bust them head. From his day why you are the fucking dead. Squeeze it, trigger palm, boy. Shot the post, blood run like river dot, boy. From me little bit run, he send me apart, boy. And everybody know, send me no give a damn, boy. War get hot, man, I drop dash bomb in Iraq. Them know me head hot like yam in the pot. Pussy love chat, so me shot him for that. When the rifle bust, don't jam in for stop. So me left him for gap. Boy, I try run him, print drop him for gat. As some me know, say them a pussy. Yo, them not evil. Never bust her head with the fucking nigger. Boy, you say them tough. Now look for me, though. Street team make your blood run like a fucking diesel. Hey, me never itch it, squeeze it, trigger palm, boy. Shot the post, blood run like river dot, boy. From me little bit run, he send me apart, boy. And everybody know, send me no give a damn, boy. Me bust me gun till he hot like fire pan stove. A rock catch pan the wall like fly pan post. Them know so me sick like Iron coke. Me remake your mother by a reed and a one rose. Clip them long like fireman hose. Shot bun him up like iron pan close. Any bumper hold this dead. God know me take the oath. Car when he gun them a bust boy drop down a dead. Me run them down shoot shot in your gun. Anyway chip then he chop them a cut. A tough chat them a pop.